Broadcasting live from the Riddick's VOBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we are bringing you our final GNASH broadcast before Thanksgiving. As tonight we feature the league leaders Ravenwood taking on Father Ryan here on Rink B. Only the second time this year we featured Ravenwood. And it looks like Ravenwood are wearing the white. They're listed as the away team on the GNASH website. So somebody mixed up somewhere. Oh, well. But, yeah, our last broadcast before Thanksgiving. Sorry I'm late getting on the air. The Wi-Fi in here is slow as heck. And my stream wouldn't start until I tethered my stupid phone to my damn laptop. So, yeah, we're on the air. And we're going to have to rush through pregame because I left with no time to do what I got to do. Anyway, I haven't been in the air since last Monday, so let's go over the final scores from last week. And we've got one final in the books tonight. Last Monday, Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian beat Independent Centennial 4-1. Page Summit beat Ensworth Lipscomb CPA 5-1. Montgomery Bell beat the Rutherford Rampage 9-2. Franklin beat the Tennessee Outlaws 6-2. Father Ryan beat JP2MLK GCS 4-2. And Hendersonville beats Lawson beat Brentwood BAUSN 7-5. Last Wednesday, Ravenwood beat the Clarksville Kings 11-0. And Nolensville beat Mount Juliet Wilson Central 8-6. And the first final of tonight in the books, Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon beat Brentwood BAUSN 4-2. We've got two games going on right now. In the third period over on Rink A, Station Camp leading the Outlaws 5-3. It's Nolensville leading Montgomery Bell 3-2. And the rest of tonight's schedule coming up in a few minutes here on Rink B at Centennial. Ravenwood taking on Father Ryan, 8:15 over on Rink A here at Centennial. It'll be Page Summit taking on the Rutherford Rampage. Let me just check and make sure that that's correct. Don't know why the laptop is acting like this. It really ticks me off that it's acting like this. Oh, God. Sorry, folks. I'm going to have to look at my phone. Okay, now you change pages, you piece of garbage. Both teams are out on the ice warming up, so I'm going to have to be quick. All right, 8:15 on Rink A here at Centennial. Page Summit taking on the Rutherford Rampage, and then also at 8:15 down on the Terry Chris Brink in Bellevue. Hendersonville beats Lawson, and Ensworth taking on Ensworth Lipscomb CPA. Once we are done with tonight's play, we will be exactly halfway through the regular season. We'll have played 60 games out of the 120 that have been scheduled. Let's go to the standings. Ravenwood sitting in the top of the standings at 6-0-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian in second at 6-0-0. Father Ryan third at 5-2-0. Got a big group of teams at 4-2-1. MBA, Franklin, Page, and Nolensville. Hendersonville at 4-3-0. Clarksville Kings at 3-4-0. Independent Centennial and the Outlaws both at 2-4-1. Ensworth at 2-3-0. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon now at 2-7-0 after winning tonight. JP2MLK GCS 1-4-1. The Rampage 1-5-1. And Brentwood BAUSN are now 0-6-1. Let's talk about the two teams playing our featured game. First up, Ravenwood, coached by James Gately. Coming into tonight, 6-0-1. Opened the season with an 8-4 win over Hendersonville beats Lawson on September 22nd. Tied with Page Summit 6-6 on September 29th. Beat Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon 8-2 on October 13th. Beat MBA 6-3 on October 20th. Beat JP2 5-1 on October 27th. Beat the Rampage 7-1 on November 5th. And then last Wednesday they beat the Clarksville Kings 11-0. So here are their stats coming into tonight. Grady Fernan and Keaton Moffitt, the leading scorers. Fernan with 19 points from 11 goals and 8 assists. Moffitt with 19 points from 12 goals and 7 assists. Jake Farrell, 17 points from 7 goals and 10 assists. Brady Friedman, 15 points from 2 goals and 13 assists. Oliver Lutz, 10 points from 4 goals and 6 assists. Cooper Friedman and Cannon Kaiser each have 7 points from 4 goals and 3 assists. Anthony Maltese and Lucas Voiles each have 4 points from a goal and 3 assists. Timo Holland with 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Ryan Spivey, 3 points all from assists. Ian Murray, 2 points from goals. Rob Longard and Luke Pierce each with 2 points from assists. Campbell Lutz and Aryan Patnaik each with a point from a goal. Camden Greenspan and Lucas O'Leary each with a point from an assist. All of Ravenwood skaters have at least 1 point. Let's go on to goalie play. Colin Gower has played in 3 games. 3 of those were starts. His record 3-0-0. He's played 126 minutes. Goals against average of 1 even. Any shutouts? Yeah, 1 shutout. He's allowed 3 goals and 48 shots, turned away the other 45. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .938. Reese McKenzie has played in 4 games. All of those were starts. Her record 3-0-1. She's played 168 minutes. Goals against average of 3.5. No shutouts. She's allowed 14 goals on 96 shots, turned away the other 82. Her save percentage in the regular season so far is .854. Let's move on to Father Ryan, coached by Kyle Dora. Again, 5-2-0 coming into tonight. As we look over the results of all their games. Beat Brentwood BAUSN 5-2 to open the season on September 22nd. Lost 2-0 to Independent Centennial on September 29th. Beat MBA 4-2 on October 6th. Beat Ensworth 4-1 on October 20th. Beat Nolensville 4-0 on October 27th. Lost 2-0 to Franklin on November 3rd. And then last Monday beat JP2 4-2. So let's look at their stats coming into tonight. Gage Hart, the leading scorer. He has 14 points from 10 goals and 4 assists. Ridgeway Lambert, 10 points from 3 goals and 7 assists. Hudson Laux, 10 points from 4 goals and 6 assists. Curtis Newman, 6 points from 2 goals and 4 assists. Emma Causey with 2 points from a goal and an assist. Sam Halloran and Merrick McCullers each have 2 points from assists. Noah Deffenbaugh with a point from a goal. And you've got Danny Levy, Brendan Malloy, and Thomas McTasney each with a point from an assist. Brendan Malloy still suspended. Got a unsportsmanlike conduct major against Franklin a couple of weeks ago. He's serving the second of a 2-game suspension tonight. Let's look at the goalies. Jack Karpanek has played in 4 games. All of those were starts. His record 4-0-0. He's played 168 minutes. Goals against average of 1.5. 1 shutout. He's allowed 6 goals and 91 shots. Turned away the other 85. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .934. And Zach Fonsbeck has played in 3 games. All of those were starts. His record 1-2-0. He's played 126 minutes. Goals against average of 1.67. No shutouts. He's allowed 5 goals and 78 shots, turned away the other 73. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .936. Oh, and it's 3-3. Oh, wow, James Lehrman scoring a game-tying goal late with 38 at Bellevue. It's now 3-3 between MBA and Nolensville. So those two are going to remain. Those two are going to have the same record. They're still going to have the same record. They're both 4-2-1. Now they're both going to be 4-2-2. All right, so I got through pregame even though I had to rush it. I got through the whole thing. Ugh. And that game has gone final down in Bellevue. MBA and Nolensville finished 3-3. So both teams are now 4-2-2 after that. And we're ready to go with the start of this one. Zach Fonsbeck going to start in goal for Father Ryan. Reese McKenzie going to start in goal for Ravenwood for this first period. Father Ryan will carry the puck towards me. Ravenwood will carry it away from me. I am standing behind and to the right of the net that Ravenwood are defending for the first and third periods. The benches side, which is to my right, is the near side. The bleacher side, which is to my left, is the far side. As we're ready to get underway in this one. And Ravenwood win the opening faceoff. Timo Holland pushed into the board, still managed to dump it into the Father Ryan zone, but he was behind the red line, so it's an icing. And that's the first whistle after just 9 seconds of play. Draws to McKenzie's right. Keaton Moffitt late in lining up. He thought it was to her left. It was to her right. Draw one by Father Ryan. There's Gage Hart inside the right circle. Taking a shot that goes off the stick of Jake Farrell past the net to the left of McKenzie. Thomas McTasney with the puck now at the right point, shooting it past the net to McKenzie's right. Correction, he was at the left point. I think I said right point. And now the puck at the Father Ryan blue line. Jake Farrell dumps it in. Keaton Moffitt with it. Right corner puts it out in front, and a one-timer from Lucas Voiles. I think had to be stopped by Fonsbeck. And the puck put in front, score! Jake Farrell behind the net, put it out in front. Grady Fernan was there, but did it go in off of Fonsbeck or somebody else in front? Farrell is leading the fist bump line. No, it was not Fernan. Fernan just stepped out onto the ice. He was out in front of the net. I think it was Lucas Voiles. But it looks like it's Jake Farrell's goal, and it's 1-0 Ravenwood just 45 seconds in. 13:15 to go in the first. And the Raptors already up. And we're going to have to pull up the scores here to see who they're going to give that goal to. Here's a steal by Ravenwood in the Father Ryan zone, and a shot from the high slot, gloved and held on to by Fonsbeck. That shot coming from Oliver Lutz. And Farrell is credited for the goal, so he must have banked it off the back of Fonsbeck and had it go in. Draws to Fonsbeck's left. Draw was won by Ravenwood, puck behind the net. Grady Fernan passing it up to the right point, Brady Friedman. Sending it down the wall, went off a stick, came towards the middle of the ice. Father Ryan intercept, tried to clear, they do. Friedman couldn't hold it in at the right point. Now the puck back in the Ravenwood zone, and Lucas O'Leary gives it away to Ridgeway Lambert, who had Sam Halloran going down the slot, but he couldn't get the puck there. Correction, I think that may have been Emma Causey. It was either I think it may have been Emma Causey, not Ridgeway Lambert. I saw a 92 and thought it was a 42. Puck back in the Father Ryan zone. Irish able to clear it out. Dump it back into the Ravenwood zone, but it hit the left shin of the referee, so it didn't go all the way down. That was Michael Jaskowski on the dump attempt. Puck now out on the near side, but unable to hold it in at the left point was Gavin Thornburg, but we get a whistle. I'm not sure what for. Nobody went into the box unless the net was slightly dislodged. Draws to the left of McKenzie. 11:55 to go in the first. Draws to the right of McKenzie. 1-0 Ravenwood. Shot! Oh, won by Father Ryan and shot just past the net to McKenzie's left from the top of the left circle by Sam Pinkston. Puck back in the Father Ryan zone. Coming around the boards. And now it's sliding through center back into the Ravenwood zone. Cleared out by Cannon Kaiser. And then it was quickly cleared out of the Father Ryan zone. Now it's back in the Ravenwood end, going to the inboards. Kaiser trying to backhand it over to the far side to get it out. He does, rolling on its edge to center. Now the puck back in the Father Ryan zone. Offside warning against Ravenwood. They have to heat it. Father Ryan bring the puck out. Puck dropped back to the right point, and a shot had to be turned away by McKenzie from Gage Hart. Now he intercepts a pass inside the zone, but it's taken back by Keaton Moffitt. He'll carry it out to center. Hart brings the puck back into the Ravenwood zone, and it knocked off his stick from behind. Now it's going over to the far side. Now Hart on the right wing corner, trying to poke it around to the near side. Aryan Patnaik will clear it. And off of Father Ryan sticking its way out. And now back the away come the Irish. And Ridgeway Lambert from the bottom of the right circle, bottom of the left circle, shoots the puck past the net to the right of McKenzie. Puck out on the far side. Clearing attempt held in at the right point by Ridgeway Lambert. Now it's out at center. And Timo Holland and I think Sam Halloran both went for that puck, and it went off Holland's stick into his own bench. 10:01 to go in the first, 1-0 Ravenwood. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the Ravenwood bench. Won by the Raptors. Oh, but a player fell over in the sun. There's a shot stopped by McKenzie. Ryan Spivey fell over, and I'm not sure who it was, but they jumped in that puck and forced a save by McKenzie from the right edge of the slot. Now the puck is back in the Ravenwood zone. Brady Friedman with it behind his own net, flips it out to center, hops off the right shin of Danny Libby. Puck back in the Father Ryan zone, but Ravenwood have to get back on side. They do. Merritt McCullers passing the puck. Actually ends up in the right wing corner. Danny Libby grabs it off the rebound and clears it out. Picked up at center by Brady Friedman. Passed ahead to Ryan Spivey. He had to go off his stick, and he was spinning around trying to find it. And Grady Fernan couldn't grab it on the follow-up. Now here's Gage Hart going to the front of the Ravenwood net. A backhander stopped by McKenzie at her left-hand post. Puck held in at the blue line and slapped back down low by Danny Libby. Hart trying to go to the front of the net, poked off his stick by Friedman. Comes out to the left-hand side of the net, and his shot goes off the outside of the left-hand side of the net and off the high glass. And it's cleared out by Friedman. Now Grady Fernan, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, has to go around the back of the net. Now the puck out on the near side. Moffitt trying to go to the front of the net. Here's Fernan with a shot, stopped by Fonsbeck. Clearing attempt held in at the right point and dumped back down low by Cannon Kaiser. And the puck cleared out to center. Maltese with it, Anthony Maltese. Passing it up the near side. Kaiser got it back into the Father Ryan zone. Tried to give and go to Moffitt, who had it go off his stick. Father Ryan cleared. Now Farrell brings it back in on the left wing side. Farrell, pass or centering pass. Nobody in a white sweater was in front. Now the puck carried back into the Father Ryan zone. There's a shot in the bottom of the right circle, turned away by Fonsbeck. Not sure if that was Kaiser or Farrell. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Held in at the left point by Kaiser. Got a man going to the front of the net, or trying to. Lucas Voiles trying to pass it off to Moffitt, who ran into the net and dislodged it. And that brings about the whistle with 7:25 to go in the first, and Ravenwood still up 1-0. And it's a final over on Rink A. Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian beat the Outlaws 6-3 to stay perfect. And Station Camp don't officially clinch a Preds Cup berth, but 7 wins, they're in. There's no way a team with 7 wins isn't getting into the Preds Cup. Same thing if Ravenwood win this game. There's no way they're not getting in with 7 wins. Puck in the Father Ryan zone, and we get a whistle. And it looks like we're going to have penalties. Or at least one. Moffitt's going to go to the box for what looks like, I think it's holding, was what the ref was signaling. So Father Ryan getting the first power play of the game. Down 1-0 with 7:12 to go in the first. Draw is going to be to Reese McKenzie's right. Draw one by Ravenwood. Timo Holland banks it off the far boards and out. Back into the Father Ryan zone. Chasing after it will be Merrick McCullers. Now it's brought back into the Ravenwood zone by Gage Hart. Goes around the back of the net. Comes out to the right wing side. Passes up to the right point. Curtis Newman gives back to Hart, who's now at the blue line. Now passes to Newman at the left point. Backhands it over right up against the boards to Merrick McCullers, who tried to carry it down the left wing. Oliver Lutz got it away from him, but number 8 with the puck now. I'm not sure who that is for. Oh, that's Hudson Laux. That's Hudson Laux. He was wearing number 8 last week against JP2. Puck in the left wing corner. Laux bringing it around the kick plate. Then he has it taken away. Luke Pierce tries to clear. Held in at the right point by Newman. Minute left in the power play for Father Ryan. Puck just above the right wing corner of the Ravenwood zone. Now here is Gage Hart again. Top of the right circle. In the slot, a shot. Gloved and held onto by McKenzie. Had to put the glove up in front of her face. She hangs on for the whistle. 44 seconds left in the power play. 5:56 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Ravenwood. Draws to McKenzie's left. Coming towards the front of the net. They try and clear, and it's out at center. Father Ryan with it. Oh, Cooper Freeman pushing it further back down into the Father Ryan zone. 30 seconds left in the power play for the Irish. Here comes Curtis Newman, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone, trying to cut to the front of the net. Tried to pass it in front to Emma Causey. It was broken up by a Ravenwood stick and cleared. Father Ryan with it. Time running out on their power play. Curtis Newman getting a stretch pass. No correction, that was Causey. Emma Causey getting a stretch pass. And her shot off the glove of McKenzie. Ravenwood clear the zone. Penalty time against them is up. They're back at even strength. Puck back in the Ravenwood zone, but Brady Friedman with it for the Raptors. He'll bring it to center. It's back in the, it wasn't back in the Father Ryan zone. It was snatched right at the blue line by the Irish. Now it's Hudson Laux bringing the puck back into the Ravenwood zone, and his shot is over the net just as he crossed the blue line. Puck cleared out by the Raptors, and Ryan player tried to dump it back in, hit the linesman, and then Hudson Laux brings it back into the Ravenwood zone, and his shot from the top of the right circle misses the net to the right of McKenzie. Puck now in the right wing corner. Cannon Kaiser banks it off the far glass and out. Tracked down by Merrick McCullers. McCullers behind his own net. McCullers out to center. Back into the Ravenwood zone, right up against the right wing boards. Leaves it. Hudson Laux, top of the right circle. Shot stopped and covered up by McKenzie. Campbell Lutz got in there and kind of slowed up that shot to allow McKenzie to make the easy save. 4:01 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Ravenwood. Draw is going to be to McKenzie's left. And Father Ryan won the draw, and the shot from the right point, I think, went off a Ravenwood stick and out of play on the far side. So they'll drop it to McKenzie's left again. And one by Ravenwood. Keaton Moffitt ends up clearing it out of play, trying to get it out of the zone. They'll drop the puck to McKenzie's left once more. Ravenwood trying to get it out, and Moffitt brings it to center this time, keeps it in his stick, passes over to his right. Here's Grady Fernan, shot in the right wing. Missed the net. Nope, they're saying Fonsbeck got a piece of it. They put it up on the board. Puck back in the Father Ryan zone, immediately cleared out by the Irish. It leaks back into the Ravenwood zone in the left wing corner, picked up by Gage Hart, pushed into the boards. Now Timo Holland sending it up the near side, trying to get it out. It's held into the blue line and sent back into the right wing corner by Curtis Newman. Now it's out at center. Farrell with it. Left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, drops it back. Moffitt, bottom of the left circle, shot, went across the front of the net. Now the puck, here's a breakaway chance for Gage Hart down the Ravenwood side, a shot, score! The puck went off the far boards, and Lucas O'Leary couldn't catch up to it at center. Hart did, he carries it down the slot and fires it into the bottom corner on the right-hand side of the net, and it is 1-1 with 2:51 to go in the first. Draw one by Ravenwood. Here is a shot from Oliver Lutz that misses the net to the left of Zach Fonsbeck. And a shot from the right circle misses the net. That was Lutz again. Was that Cooper Friedman? I think it may have been Cooper Friedman. Father Ryan able to take the puck away and bring it back to center. Here's Hudson Laux, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone with a backhander, stopped by McKenzie. She's trying to cover up with the rebound. She's got it under. 2:13 to go in the first game, tied at 1, and Father Ryan, the better team here in the first. Draw to the right of McKenzie, won by Ravenwood, brought out to center by Grady Fernan. And now here's Keaton Moffitt. Now Fernan in front of shot, score! Fernan and Moffitt left the zone. That puck was sliding ahead of them. Moffitt caught up to it, put it in front for Fernan, who shoots it into the back of the net, and Ravenwood are back in front, 2-1 Raptors with 2:05 to go in the first. There's Grady Fernan again, right wing side of the Irish zone. A shot, score! Wow! 7 seconds later, it's a 2-goal lead for the Raptors. Moffitt won the draw, pushed the puck ahead to Fernan. He carried it down the right wing, fires it into the roof of the net from the right dot. 3-1 Ravenwood, my word. Here's Fernan again, passing it off to Moffitt. Put in the slot for Farrell, a shot. Stopped by Fonsbeck. Oh, man, if they'd scored 3, wow. Back the other way comes Gage Hart as it poked off his stick as he's double-teamed to the Ravenwood zone. Puck cleared down ice by Jake Farrell. Now it's out at center. Sent back into the Father Ryan zone by Anthony Maltese. The Irish with the puck trying to bring it out. Brought out by Curtis Newman, and he'll dump it hard into the Ravenwood zone. Puck behind the net. Cannon Kaiser picks it up. Carries it to center. Back into the Father Ryan zone. Cannot get around the defender in the slot. Puck taken back by the Irish. Now it's back in the Ravenwood zone as we enter the final minute of the first. But I think they just called offside against Father Ryan. 59.2 seconds to go in the first. 3-1 Ravenwood. Now here come Ravenwood again. I think it's Lucas O'Leary trying to drop it back to Cooper Friedman. Now here is Timo Holden. Dumping it to the inboards. Oh, the puck came out in front of the left-hand side of the net. And a shot turned away by Fonsbeck, I think, from Robert Longard. Now here's Hudson Laux, left wing side of the Ravenwood's on a shot. Blocked away by McKenzie. Under 30 seconds left of the period. Timo Holden carries the puck to center. Crosses the red line. Brings it into the Father Ryan zone. Gets around Danny Libby. Puck in the right wing corner. Laux beats Holden to it. Puck coming up to the left point. And there's Jake Farrell shooting from the left circle. It's turned away by Fonsbeck. Puck out at center. Dumped into the Ravenwood zone by Jackson Bruzinski, and that is it for the first period. Ravenwood scoring thanks to Jake Farrell banking the puck in off the back of Zach Fonsbeck just 45 seconds in. And then just over 10 minutes later, Gage Hart tying it up on a breakaway, but then Ravenwood scoring twice in 7 seconds. Both those goals from Grady Fernan, and Ravenwood lead Father Ryan 3-1 after one. I'll be back with a second period in a few seconds, but if you're listening on the YouTube podcast, go ahead and click that timestamp to jump forward to the start of the second period. Ready to start the second period of this one. Reese McKenzie still in goal for Ravenwood. Zach Fonsbeck still in goal for Father Ryan for this second period. Ravenwood will carry the puck towards me. Father Ryan will carry it away from me. Again, I am standing behind and to the right of the net that Father Ryan are defending for this second period. The bleacher side, which is to my left, is the far side. The bench side, which is to my right, is the near side. As Father Ryan win the opening draw to start the second. And here's Gage Hart in the Ravenwood zone trying to drop it back. It's intercepted, but the puck turned back over. Hudson Laux' shot turned away by McKenzie, and the rebound try from the bottom of the left circle by Hart was blocked. So Ravenwood turned the puck over in their own zone, and it leads to, the clock still hasn't been started. The clock hasn't started. And we get a whistle because I'm not sure why, but the clock wasn't started. It's still at 14 minutes. We played close to a minute now. And it's a penalty against Ravenwood. Okay. I'm not sure it was at the box. I didn't see the signal. And they let a second run off the clock. Is the clock board. Okay, they cut it down to 13:40. I think it was a little bit longer than that. So got a bit of a delay here. And so it's a penalty against Cannon Kaiser, and the board is only showing 1:30 when it needs to be showing 2 minutes. And now they update it to 2 minutes. Draws to the left of McKenzie. So Father Ryan back on the power play, down 3-1 with 13:40 to go in the second. And they win the faceoff. Here's Curtis Newman at the right point. Moving along the blue line. Passes back over to his right, top of the right circle. Hudson Lauk shot blocked. Ravenwood trying to get it out. Held in by Newman. He swooped in there and kept it alive. But then it's turned over and cleared out. Now Grady Fernan, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Tried to pass it in front. Blocked. That pass was blocked by Thomas McTasney. Puck coming up the near boards. Timo Holland keeps it alive. Taps it back down the wall, but gives it right to Hudson Lauk, who tries to clear or pass it ahead. Ridgeway Lambert having to go over to the far side to get it. He's got it at center. Dumps it hard back into the Ravenwood zone. And the puck cleared out by Ravenwood. It's on goal. Zach Fonsbeck having to stop it with his stick. And now here's Curtis Newman at center. Back into the Ravenwood zone on the right wing side. Trying to pass it in front. Shot, stop, rebound, score! Ridgeway Lambert. Newman banked it off McKenzie. Ridgeway Lambert was standing right there to bang the rebound in, convert the power play, and make it 3-2 Ravenwood with 12:39 to go in the second. Drawing for the Irish. Here's Danny Libby. Shot from the left circle. Misses. Puck out at the blue line. Danny Libby trying. I'm sorry. That was not. Okay, that wasn't Libby shooting. I think that may have been Curtis Newman. Libby kept the puck alive at the blue line, but Ravenwood able to get it away from him. Now it's back in the Irish zone. Immediately cleared out by Merrick McCullers. Now it's back in the Ravenwood end on the far side, going towards the left wing corner. Aryan Patnaik with it now for Ravenwood. Passing it ahead. Robert Longer, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Shot stopped by Fonsbeck as he shot from the left circle. And the puck cleared out by the Irish. It's back in the Ravenwood zone. Maltese gets to it. Passes up the far side. It's back in the Father Ryan zone, going down the boards to the right wing corner. McCullers gets there. Sends it up the wall, intercepted, held in by Cannon Kaiser. He's pressed into the boards, gets away. Puts it out in front, and tapped wide of the post to the right of Fonsbeck by Cooper Friedman. Then he got to the rebound and shot it off the outside of the right-hand side of the net, while Fonsbeck was dangerously close to skating way out of position. Now there's a one-timer from the slot, and Jake Farrell turned away by Fonsbeck. Keaton Moffitt with it. Passes cross bottom of the left circle, score! Lucas Voiles. Voiles at the bottom of the left circle with a one-timer that goes through the legs of Fonsbeck into the bottom corner on the left-hand side of the net. Ravenwood's 2-goal lead restored. It is 4-2 Raptors now with 11:15 to go in the second. And Ravenwood turned the puck over again inside their own zone, but this time they're able to get it away from the Irish. And it's at center. Jake Farrell, high slot. Oh, coming in from behind to take the puck off him was Hudson Laux as Farrell was trying to go down the slot. Here's Laux, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Spins away from a check. And the puck taken away by the Raptors. Now there's Moffitt, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Backhands it over to the middle lane. And Lucas Voiles, he had it on his stick, and then he left it behind. He would have been going down the slot to the front of the net. As Father Ryan ended up icing the puck with 10:33 to go in the second. And Ravenwood leading 4-2. Draw was to the left of Fonsbeck, won by Ravenwood, and a shot has to be stopped and covered up by him. Draw to Fonsbeck's left again. Won by Father Ryan, and the puck, going into the Ravenwood zone, and an Irish player got there, but then he crashed into Reese McKenzie, and there's going to be a penalty, and a goaltender interference penalty against that very player, and it is Gage Hart. And Luke Pierce thought he was going to go to the box too. That is not the case. Hart made no attempt to avoid McKenzie. Now Ravenwood are on the power play for the first time in this one, leading 4-2 with 10:17 to go in the second. Draws to Fonsbeck's left. Won by the Raptors. And a shot from Brady Freeman at the right point. Stop, rebound, they score! Moffitt! Freeman with a shot at the right point that was stopped by Fonsbeck. And going right to the front of the net to grab the rebound was Moffitt. And he shot it off the underside of the crossbar. It bounced down and then bounced a second time, landing in the bottom left-hand corner. And it is now 5-2, Ravenwood with 10:11 to go in the second. So they convert the power play very quickly. And a timeout has been called, I presume, by Father Ryan. They got back within a goal early on in this second, and now they've given up 2 unanswered. Now we got the other 2 games besides this one going on. We got Hendersonville and Ensworth down in Bellevue, and over on Rink A we've got Page taking on Rutherford. And it's already 1-0 Page over Rutherford, and it's already 1-0 Ensworth over Hendersonville. Puck is in the Ravenwood zone as the timeout is done. And we're back underway. And here come the Raptors. Jake Farrell brings the puck back into the Father Ryan zone. It's in the left wing corner. He gets to it. Comes out in front with a backhander turned away by Fonsbeck off his right arm. There's Cannon Kaiser's shot in the left point. Turned away by Fonsbeck off his right leg pad. Now the puck's out at center, and McCausey brings it back into the Ravenwood zone. A shot in the left wing, stopped by McKenzie, and she'll cover it. 9:28 to go in the second, 5-2 Ravenwood leading. Oh, now it's 2-0 Ensworth over Hendersonville down in Bellevue. Play back underway. Just trickled. Puck out at center. Now take it back. Up offside. I guess it just trickled over the. Well, I guess Sam Halloran went back into the zone before the puck trickled over. And they call him for offside. And now it's 2-0 Page Summit over Rutherford. Rutherford have not been having a fun time lately since that win over Clarksville last month. They beat Clarksville 11-6, and then the 6-1 by the Outlaws. A week after that, Ravenwood beat them 7-1. Puck back in the Father Ryan zone. Then last Monday, NBA beat them 9-2. Probably going to get clobbered by Page tonight. So it's not been a fun last 4 weeks for the Rampage since getting their first win of the season. As, Lucas O'Leary can't keep a pass from Rob Longard inside the zone at the left point, inside the Father Ryan zone at the left point. Now here's Gage Hart, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Puck knocked off his stick. He gathers it back in. Around the back of the net, falls over. And the puck coming around to the far side. Curtis Newman sending it back down to the left wing corner. Brady Friedman gets to it. And Friedman fires it to center, but right under the stick of Newman. But Cooper Friedman pushes him off the puck. And then Oliver Lutz came in to grab it, and it got away from him. And then Rob Longard ends up firing it into the netting above the glass on the far side, trying to dump it back into the Father Ryan zone. 8:03 to go in the second, still 5-2 Ravenwood. Ravenwood with a puck off the draw. In the slot, Lucas Voiles a shot, score! His initial shot was blocked. He carries it over to the right circle, takes another shot that rolls up the left shoulder of Fonsbeck into the back of the net. And it is 6-2 Ravenwood with 7:44 to go in the second. Folks, Father Ryan made it 3-2 like just over a minute into this second period. And now it's 6-2 Ravenwood. They have scored 3 since. That's been a trend with Ravenwood. They start games slow, and then the offense just blows up as it gets a little further along. So that's 2 goals in the game for Voiles. 2 goals for Voiles, 2 goals. Jake Farrell and Keaton Moffitt with the others for Ravenwood. Father Ryan's goals have come from Gage Hart and Ridgeway Lambert. Here's Jackson Brzezinski out at center, up puck knocked away as he brought it over the Ravenwood blue line. Here's Timo Holland. Holland behind his own net. Carrying the puck to center is Holland. Holland now, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Could not split the Father Ryan defenders, Thornburg and McCullers, who clears the puck down the far side, but icing waved off. Now here is Keaton Moffitt back in the Ravenwood zone. Back in the Father Ryan zone. Lucas Voiles on the left wing boards. Sending it around to the far side. And McCullers will carry it to center. Pass ahead is intercepted. If only for a moment by Cannon Kaiser. Puck back in the Ravenwood zone. Kaiser chasing it down. And Ravenwood player, I think Kaiser may have been tripped on the left wing corner. He's drawn a penalty. And it's Sam Halloran going to the box for tripping. So Ravenwood back on the power play, up 6-2 with 6:18 to go in the second. Draws to the line. It's 4-0 Page. 3-1 Innsworth over Hendersonville. Father Ryan down ice. Brady Freeman will catch up to it inside the Ravenwood zone. Then he runs into Ridgeway Lambert. Allows Friedman to bring the puck out of the zone into the Father Ryan end. Leaves it to the left point. Put in front, knocked away from Lucas Voiles by Curtis Newman. That was Fernan trying to pass it down. Now here's Friedman passing over top of the right circle. Kaiser across the left circle. Fernan a shot. Coming out to meet him and stop it was Fonsbeck, and he's laying on it. The power play, 5:44 to go in the second. Still 6-2 Ravenwood. Draws to Fonsbeck's right. Won by the Irish. Danny Levy tried to clear, and his clearing attempt hit a linesman on the near side. Moffitt with a puck now. He's in the right circle. Passes up to the right point, Cannon Kaiser. Cross to the left point, Brady Friedman. Now in the left circle with it, Fernan passing below the goal line. Farrell put out in front. Oh, and it misses the stick of Fernan right as he was going to the front of the net. Puck goes all the way back down into the Ravenwood zone under a minute left in the power play for the Raptors. Back the other way come Ravenwood. Brady Freeman crosses the blue line, gets off a shot that's gloved and held on to by Fonsbeck. 49 seconds to go in the power play for Ravenwood. 5:07 to go in the second. Still 6-2 Raptors. Draw is to the left of Fonsbeck. Did I say it was to his left? Yeah, I already said that. Don't know why I'm repeating myself. They dropped the puck, but I don't think the officials liked the way that he didn't like the way Ridgeway Lambert was lined up on the L mark. So Emma Causey's going to jump in and take it. Here's Rob Longard passing it up to the right half wall, and Cannon Kaiser moves out towards the blue line, hands it off to Brady Friedman at the right point. Friedman, long shot, hit the skates of Merrick McCullers, who doesn't have a stick. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for Ravenwood. Friedman, right point. Backhands it over towards the right wing boards. Cannon Kaiser moving down the right wing. Puck in front. Longer trying to stuff it in. It was sitting on the left-hand side, and then they score. It's Lutz. Fonsbeck was laying down on his right side at his left-hand post with that puck still loose. And it came out in front to Lutz, who buries it in the wide open bottom right-hand corner of the net. And it is now 7-2 Ravenwood. Power play goal, and Father Ryan make the goaltending switch. Fonsbeck is done, and Jack Karpanek is now in the crease. 7-2 with 4:34 to go in the second. Wow, this game got totally away from Father Ryan. I mean, again, they tied it up. I'm sorry, they didn't tie it up. They got within 3-2 early on here in the second, and now Ravenwood have scored 4 unanswered. Here's Ridgeway Lambert with a puck off the draw, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Shot. Oh, it's in. Reese McKenzie put out the glove, but it went off the glove and in. So just 8 seconds later, Father Ryan make it 7-3, 4:26 to go in the second. Father Ryan with a puck off the draw. Here is Hudson Laux with a shot from just behind the blue line that McKenzie snags. Knees. Draws to McKenzie's left. Ravenwood win the draw and get it into the Father Ryan zone. Gavin Thornburg tracks it down, backhands it across to Curtis Newman. Passed ahead to Hudson Laux. Now Newman, as it was poked away from Laux, brings it back into the Ravenwood zone. Actually gets off a backhander from center. That's on goal. McKenzie stops and covers. With 3:59 to go in the second, 7-3 Ravenwood. Draws to the left of McKenzie. Won by Father Ryan. Danny Levy right point with a shot. It takes a deflection, goes off of Mackenzie's glove. I think it went off her glove. Now it's brought out in front by Gage Hart, but poked away from him. And now out at center with it is Brady Freeman. No, that's not Freeman. That's Grady Fernan. He got knocked down. Puck was in the Father Ryan zone and cleared. And Timo Holland will track it down inside the Ravenwood zone. Pucked up back into the Father Ryan end. Danny Levy trying to bank it off the far glass to get it out. And offside call against Ravenwood. The puck just went over the blue line and was brought back in by Camden Greenspan with some of his teammates still trying to get out. 3:03 to go in the second, still 7-3 Ravenwood. Puck out at center. Now it's back in the Father Ryan zone, and here's Cooper Freeman in front of shot. Stopped and covered up by Karpanek. Puck suddenly came to Freeman in the slot, and he was all alone, but he couldn't lift it. Put it right into Karpanek's leg pads, and he was able to cover. Draw be to Karpanek's right. Won by Ravenwood. Jake Farrell trying the wraparound. Stopped by, or did the puck get away from him? I think the puck got away from him as he was trying to come out in front around the left-hand side of the net. Puck out at center. Ravenwood still with it. Keaton Moffitt, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone, knocked off his stick. Now here's Curtis Newman. Put it through the skates of Jackson Bruzinski. It comes down the ice towards the front of the Ravenwood net. Reese McKenzie playing it out of caution. It wasn't on goal. It would have gone past the net to her left, but she played it just to be safe. Now the puck back in the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side, picked up by Moffitt. Bottom of the left circle. In front of backhander, score! He got off a backhander. I wonder if it went off the stick blade of Thomas McTasney because it rose and went into the roof of the net. Second goal of the game and the period for Moffitt. And it is now 8-3 Ravenwood with 1:59 to go in the second. Father Ryan with the puck on the draw, score! Gage Hart from the left circle fires it into the top corner on the left-hand side of the net. Just 5 seconds later, it's 8-4 Ravenwood. Holy goodness. 1:54 to go in the second. We've had 8 goals scored in this second period, double the amount that were scored in the first. And Ravenwood trying to clear the puck out of their zone, went off a hand and into the Father Ryan bench. It was Cannon Kaiser trying to get it out. I think it may have gone out off of Longard's hand. And the draw will be to Reese McKenzie's left. Won by Father Ryan, and a shot from Hudson Laux misses the net. Puck out at center. And here come Ravenwood back into the Father Ryan zone. It's in the right wing corner. Oliver Lutz with it. Runs into Hudson Laux and goes down. Gavin Thornburg with the puck. Passing it up the far wall, and it's taken away. It's behind the Irish net. Grady Fernan with it, trying to stuff it in. It's stopped and covered up at the left-hand side of the net by Karpanek. 75 seconds to go in the second. 8-4 Ravenwood. Draw is going to be to the left of Karpanek. Grady Fernan trying to backhand it in front. No look backhander. Intercepted. Gave it right to Danny Libby, who was standing right behind him. Ridgeway Lambert sending the puck around the boards. Held in at the left point by Cannon Kaiser. Oh, but he loses it. Poked away by Michael Jaskowski. But now it's brought back into the Father Ryan zone by Moffitt. We're inside the final minute of the second. Now the puck going up, iced. It ends up being iced by Father Ryan. Michael Jaskowski just behind the red line. Sending it down the ice for the icing. 40.4 seconds to go in the second. 8-4 Ravenwood. Draws to the left of Karpanek. Won by the Raptors. Taken away by the Irish and cleared out. It's going to be another icing. It's Curtis Newman icing the puck. Draw to the left of Karpanek once again. Won by Ravenwood. 30 seconds left of the period. Puck in front. Score! It's Farrell. Moffitt found Farrell all alone in front. And the right-hand side of the net was wide open, and Farrell now has 2 goals in this one. It's 9-4 Ravenwood with 28.6 seconds to go in the second. My goodness. Jeez Louise. My God. Here's another chance. And a shot from Fernan off of Karpanek into the netting above the glass. I turn right around and Ravenwood were moving in again. Draw me to Karpanek's left once more. Won by the Raptors. Here's Fernan. Put it out in front. Oh, but it misses Farrell. Hudson Laux is it poked away by Cannon Kaiser. And Merrick McCullers able to clear. Kaiser got hit by Laux. There's going to be a penalty coming up against Father Ryan. I wonder if Ravenwood will. Nope, they turned the puck over to him. They turned the puck over to get the whistle. And roughing is the call against Laux. So Ravenwood back to the power play up 9-4 with 8.9 seconds to go here in the second. Draws to Karpanek's right. Won by Father Ryan. Puck carried to center by Gage Hart. Hart. Left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Gets off a shot that misses the net to the right of McKenzie, and that's it for the second. 9 goals were scored in this second period. 6 of them from Ravenwood, who now lead Father Ryan 9-4 after 2. I'll be back in a few seconds for the third period, but if you're listening on the YouTube podcast, just go ahead and click the timestamp to jump forward to the start of the third. Ready to start the third and final period of this one. Reese McKenzie still in goal for Ravenwood. Jack Karpanek playing his first full period in goal for Father Ryan. Zach Fonsbeck started the game and then was pulled after Ravenwood went up 7-2 in the second. For this third and final period, Father Ryan will carry the puck towards me. Ravenwood will carry it away from me. Raptors starting this third and final period with 1:51 of power play time carrying over. They win the draw to start the third. Here's Brady Friedman dumping the puck into the Father Ryan zone. It's coming around the boards to the near side. Gage Hart with it now, and he's going to clear it down ice. And he goes past the net to McKenzie's left. No icing, of course. Reese just realizing that Father Ryan is shorthanded. That's why there was no icing call. Here's Brady Friedman back in the Father Ryan zone. Shot over the net from the left edge of the slot. Here's Friedman, left point, passing across, right circle. Cannon Kaiser's shot broken up. Blocked by Merrick McCullers, who grabs the rebound and fires it down ice. Minute left in the power play for Ravenwood. Reese McKenzie will come out of her net and gently tap the puck ahead to Brady Friedman. Friedman having to skate away from Ridgeway Lambert for a moment. Now passes the puck over to Lucas Voiles. Voiles left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, drops it back to Friedman, who ends up losing it, and Father Ryan clear it down ice. McKenzie ahead to Grady Fernan. Fernan out to center. Back in the Father Ryan zone. Gets off a shot that misses the net to the left of Karpanek. Under 30 seconds left in the power play for Ravenwood. And now here's Emma Causey. Correction. Yeah, it was Emma. She just took a big hit from Cannon Kaiser. And he's going to go to the box for it. They're going to call him for roughing. And there goes the power play for Ravenwood. So we'll have 9 seconds of a 4-on-4. 12:18 to go in the game. 9-4 Ravenwood. And I forgot to note, Reese McKenzie does have a point. She passed the puck off just a few seconds ago to Fernan, who I would not have been surprised to see him carry it down and score. But yeah, she does have a point this season. I'm not sure which game. I think it may have been the NBA game. I'll have to look later. But yeah. Draw to the left of McKenzie, won by Ravenwood. Holland with it. He'll clear it out. Down the near side. Karpanek out to play it. Penalty time against Father Ryan is up. They're now on the power play for 1:50. Here come the Irish again. And offside. They went offside. Sam Halloran into the puck, and I guess Hudson Laus went into the zone before he did. So offside called against Father Ryan. It's now 6-2. Ensworth over Hendersonville down in Bellevue. And they're going to drop the puck on the dot in front of the Ravenwood bench. Draw one by Father Ryan. Hudson Laux into the Ravenwood zone. Top of the right circle, a shot. Gloved and held on to by McKenzie. .86 seconds left in the power play for Father Ryan. 11:45 to go in the game. Still 9-4 Ravenwood. Draws to McKenzie's left. Oh, and the puck went in the air off a couple of stick blades and snatched it out of the air with her glove to be safe. They'll drop it to her left again. One by Ravenwood, but given away inside the zone. Ridgeway Lambert, a shot stopped by McKenzie. He's sitting on a hat trick. Hart Gage Hart passing it down the right wing boards, and Laus gets pasted into the boards by Holland, who then pastes Sam Halloran. He pasted Laus into the boards and then came down to the inboards and absolutely obliterated Sam Halloran. And he's going to go to the box for it. And it's going to be a 5-on-3 for Father Ryan for 59 seconds. Roughing the call against Holland. So 11-17 to go in the game. Father Ryan now on a 5-on-3, trailing 9-4. Draw be to McKenzie's left again. One by Father Ryan. Here's Curtis Newman at the blue line. Moving to the high slot. His shot off of Grady Fernand's left arm. Past the net to McKenzie's right. McCullers at the left point. Passing over to the right point. Danny Libby. Libby. High slot. Passes down the left wing to Ridgeway Lambert. Shot in the shot in the left circle. Blockered away by McKenzie. McCullers in the left half wall, passing it down to the right point, passing it to the right point, and Newman, under 30 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Newman, top of the left circle, shot, score! Curtis Newman with a shot in the top of the left circle that ends up in the top corner on the left-hand side of the net. Father Ryan convert the power play, and now they're down 9-5 with 10:41 to go. And 83 seconds left in the 5-on-4. My God. Here's Hudson Laux, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone off the draw, pushed into the boards, the inboards by Brady Freeman. Puck comes out, bottom of the left right circle, shot from Gage Hart, stopped and covered up by McKenzie. That puck suddenly came free out in front, and Hart got off a shot, and then McKenzie stops and covers. Draws to her left. Won by Ravenwood. Here's Brady Friedman. Backhanding it up the far boards to Keaton Moffitt. Passes ahead to Oliver Lutz at center. Under a minute left in the 5-on-4. Lutz in the Father Ryan zone. Cannot get around. Merrick McCullers going down the slot. Puck came to the front of the net. Karpanek poked it away. Now here come the Irish. Gage Hart, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Pass across to nobody there, and Oliver Lutz will slap it down the ice. Puck back in the Ravenwood zone. Brady Friedman clears it. Under 30 seconds left in the 5-on-4 for the Irish. And Anthony Maltese, nice back checking. Pokes the puck away from Hudson Laux. Now it's out top of the right circle. And a shot stopped and held onto by McKenzie from Danny Libby. 9 seconds left in the 5-on-4. 9:27 to go in the game. Still 9-5 Ravenwood. The season high for most combined goals in a game. Rutherford's win over the Kings 11-6 last month. 17 combined goals in that one. We've got 14 in this one. Do we have 3 more coming? Maybe 4 for this to become the new season high? Draws to McKenzie's left. Won by the Raptors. Maltese clears it out. Ahead to Grady Fernan at center. Deflects the puck into the Father Ryan zone. 5-on-4 against Ravenwood is up. They're back at even strength. Or penalty against Ravenwood is up. They're back at even strength. Here's Sam Halloran carrying the puck back into the Ravenwood zone. Loses it. Jake Farrell passes up the far side back into the Father Ryan zone. Now it's just about back in the Ravenwood end. Oh, but offside. Emma Causey had come over the blue line before Jackson Brzezinski brought the puck in. 8:52 to go, still 9-5, Ravenwood. Draw on the dot in front of the Ravenwood bench. Won by Father Ryan, sent into the Ravenwood zone. Now Cannon Kaiser passing ahead to Grady Fernan, right at the Father Ryan blue line, deflected off his stick, back deep into the Father Ryan zone. Here's Robert Longard. Moving in, shot, it's turned away. Turned away by Carbonek with his right leg pad. Now there's Kenan Kaiser back in the Father Ryan's at the end boards. Around the back of the net. Puts it out in front. Jake Farrell, a shot over the net from the left circle. Puck back in the Ravenwood zone. Tracked down by Anthony Maltese. Maltese passing it ahead to Kenan Kaiser. Kaiser out at center. Back in the Father Ryan zone. And Kaiser around the back of the net. Gives it away. Back the other way. Comes Gage Hart. Cutting right across the front of the Ravenwood net. Gets off a backhander that McKenzie steers away. Here's Moffitt back the other way. Oh, left the puck behind him as he crossed the Father Ryan blue line. Now here's Sam Pinkston, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Gets pushed into the boards by Luke Pierce. And they're going to send him to the box for that. It's a roughing call against Pierce. So Father Ryan back to the power play now, down 9-5 with 7:15 to go. Draws to the left of McKenzie. It's won by Father Ryan. Hudson Laux, top of the left circle. Shot hit Sam Halloran in the back. Blocked by his own man, and he felt it too. He's kind of bending over. And we're going to get another whistle. And is it a penalty against Father Ryan? The clock didn't start again. The clock did not start again. And now the button's been pushed. It runs down to 7:10. My word, what's going on with the clock here? It's twice tonight that the clock has not started after play has started. So they run 5 seconds off, which doesn't make any sense. It was a lot longer than 5 seconds. Draw to the left of McKenzie. Father Ryan with the puck off the draw. Here's Timo Holland. Taking it for Ravenwood out to center. Ahead to Keaton Moffitt. Moffitt left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. He's down in the left wing corner. Now Father Ryan take the puck away, and now it's back in the Ravenwood zone, picked up by Brady Friedman. Sending it around the boards to the near side and out to center. Minute left in the power play for Father Ryan. Here's Ridgeway Lambert, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Shot over the net from the top of the right circle. Now Grady Fernan back in the Ravenwood. Father Ryan's on the right wing side. A shot stop. Rebound. What a stop by Carpenek. Fernan got off a shot in the right circle that Carpenek stopped. The rebound bounced to his right, came out for Jake Farrell. And Carpenek got across in time to make the save and cover. 36 seconds left in the power play. 5:52 to go in the game. Still 9-5 Ravenwood. Draws to the right of Carpenek. Father Ryan sending the puck into the Ravenwood zone under 30 seconds left in the power play for the Raptors. Here's Grady Fernan, right wing corner. Correction, Father Ryan are the ones in the power play. Well, not anymore because Fernan just got knocked down and draws a penalty. It's a tripping call, and it is against, is that Curtis Newman? Or is it Emma? Is it Curtis or was that an 8? Oh, it's Emma. Emma Causey in the box for tripping. So we'll have 4-on-4 for 11 seconds, 5:27 to go. Ravenwood leading 9-5. Draw to the left of Carbonek, won by Father Ryan. They clear it out to center. Oh, but Maltese had to go past his stick. He was able to catch up to it and keep it away from the Irish. Penalty time against Ravenwood is up. They're now on the power play for, I think it's 1:48. But now they're going to be on a 5-on-3. Because one of their players just got twisted around and pulled down behind the Father Ryan net. Hooking called against Thomas McTasney. So Ravenwood now on a 5-on-3 for 98 seconds. 5:05 to go. The Raptors leading 9-5. Draw is to the left of Carpanek. Puck is out at center, picked up by Anthony Maltese. Maltese brings it back into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side. Passes across Cannon Kaiser. Pass to the high slot, Jake Farrell. Passes down the left wing, Grady Fernan. Back up top to Farrell. Back to Fernan, moving down the left circle. Put in front, Maltese in the net. A backhander stopped. Gloved and held on to by Carpanek. Drawby to his right. Father Ryan win the draw and clear it down ice. Kaiser will get to it in his own left wing corner. And he'll start skating it out. Minute left in the 5-on-3. Kaiser back into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side. With a shot stopped by Carpanek, and he's got it under him. Not a very hard shot, but Carpanek lays out. 52 seconds left in the 5-on-3. 4:19 to go in the game. Still 9-5 Father Ryan. And the draw is to the right of Carpanek. And they dropped the puck, but the face-off takers were not properly lined up. So they'll do it again. It's won by Father Ryan. Gage Hart brings it to center. Hart flips it on goal as he crosses the Ravenwood blue line, stopped by McKenzie. Here's Grady Fernan leaving it at the left point for Jake Farrell. Passes back down to Fernan. 30 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Under a minute left in the Thomas McTasney penalty. Does Father Ryan come up with a puck? Here's Gage Hart, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone with a shot stopped by McKenzie. And the rebound, Hart sends it through the crease right across the front of the goal line. Farrell behind his own net. Passes up the far side. Anthony Maltese out to center. Leaves it for Fernan. Fernan back into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side. Sends it to the front of the net. I think it was blocked. 5-on-3 is done. 21 seconds left in the 5-on-4 for Ravenwood. Here's Brady Friedman inside the left circle. Backhanding it to the right circle. I meant to say left circle where Friedman was. Passes across to the right circle and Farrell. Penalty time against Father Ryan is up. They're back at even strength. Brady Friedman inside his own zone with the puck, having to spin around to keep it away from Ridgeway Lambert. He passes up the near side to center. Ariane Patnaik hands it off to Keaton Moffitt. Puck is behind the net. And now it bounces Down ice, back into the Ravenwood zone, picked up by Friedman. Friedman with Emma Causey giving chase. You go, girl. Friedman out to center. Flips it back into the Father Ryan zone. Took very long time in the air, and that means when it landed, it bounced softly, came to the left-hand side of the net where Carpenet covers. 2:21 to go, still 9-5 Ravenwood. Draws to the left of Carpenet. Ravenwood with it. Here's Holland out of the blue line. Spins away from Emma Causey. Holland behind the net. Puck out at center. Here is Sam Halloran up. Had a player come in to take it away from him from behind. Now here's Keaton Moffitt. Back into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing. Puts it out in front, and a point-blank save by Carpenet. I'm not sure on who. Here's Holland passing across to the bottom of the right circle. Put in front, and an attempt was blocked, and then a shot in the bottom of the left circle. And Oliver Lutz, to be turned away by Carpenet. Either that or it missed to his left. Puck back in the Ravenwood zone. Here's Brady Friedman flipping it through the air. Back to center, knocked down by Curtis Newman. Tried to move it along. And here is Sam Pinkston inside the Ravenwood zone trying to drop it off to the slot. Nobody in a purple sweater there. Last minute of the game, puck out at center. Now it's coming back into the Ravenwood zone. And Cannon Kaiser will pick it up. And Keaton Moffitt out at center. Back into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side, trying to put it in front. Irish come up with it and clear the zone. Jackson Brzezinski dumping it back into the Ravenwood zone. Under 30 seconds to go. Here's Cooper Friedman. Back into the Father Ryan zone. Shot in the left wing. Stopped and covered up by Carpenet with 21.2 seconds left. And Ravenwood leading 9-5. Draw is going to be to Carpenet's right. Father Ryan with a puck. Jackson Brzezinski up. Puck went past him back into the Ravenwood zone deep. Caught up to by Luke Pierce. Passes ahead to Keaton Moffitt, who carries it out to center. No correction, that's Ian Murray who carries it out to center, and that's it. Ravenwood stay unbeaten. Beat Father Ryan 9-5 thanks to a 6-goal second period. And the Raptors go back to the top of GNASH now 7-0-1. And you can write them in Station Camp into the Predators Cup field in ink. They both have 7 wins. There is no way in this world that two teams with 7 wins are not making the Preds Cup. No way. Wow, what a frustrating second period that had to be for Father Ryan. As they got within 3-2, like just under 90 seconds into the second. And then Ravenwood scored 4 in a row before the Irish scored a third. And Ravenwood win this one 9-5. Father Ryan fall to 5-3-0, but there are a lot of winnable games down the line for the Irish. But yeah, Ravenwood and Station Camp both have 7 wins now, and there's no way that teams with 7 wins aren't getting into the Preds Cup. Again, Preds Cup berths aren't going to be clinched for another few weeks. But yeah, Ravenwood and Station Camp are in. 7 wins, they're in. Let me pull up the box scores here. So scoring for Father Ryan, 2 goals each for Gage Hart and Ridgeway Lambert, the other goal coming from Curtis Newman. For Ravenwood, 2 goals each for Grady Fernan, Jake Farrell, Keaton Moffitt, and Lucas Voiles. Oliver Lutz at the other goal. Keaton Moffitt is our player of the game. He had 6 assists. According to the game sheet, he had 8 points, 2 goals, and 6 assists. So Keaton Moffitt is our player of the game as Ravenwood win this one 9-5. And folks, I got to step away from the microphone for a few minutes. Excuse me. All right, folks, I'm back. It was a bit of a long time away, so I'll have to cut that out of the podcast. Anyway, we've got Ensworth Lipscomb CPA leading Hendersonville Beach Lawson 6-4. That game should be in the third. We've got Page Summit leading the Rutherford Rampage 8-4. That game is in the third. So once those 2 games are done, we will be exactly halfway through the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season. So let's go ahead and pull up the standings with 4 of tonight's 6 games in the books. Ravenwood leading at 7-0-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian now at 7-0-0. Again, they haven't clinched Preds Cup berths yet, but they're both definitely in because 7 wins. Nobody's knocking out a team with 7 wins. Father Ryan now 5-3-0. NBA and Nolensville after the tie tonight, 4-2-2. Well, I need to give the Knights other finals, don't I? I need to give. Oh, goodness me. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon beat Brentwood BAUSN 4-2. Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian beat the Outlaws 6-3. MBA and Nolensville finish in a 3-3 tie. Ravenwood beat Father Ryan 9-5. Those are the 4 finals in the books. So let me just start the standings again. Ravenwood now leading the GNASH standings at 7-0-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian in second at 7-0-0. Father Ryan now at 5-3-0. MBA and Nolensville both at 4-2-2. Franklin and Page Summit both at 4-2-1. If Page win, they will leapfrog Father Ryan and go into third. Hendersonville Beach Lawson 4-3-0. The Clarksville Kings 3-4-0. Independent Centennial 2-4-1. The Outlaws now 2-5-1 after the loss tonight. Ensworth Lipscomb CPA 2-3-0. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon with a win tonight, now 2-7-0. JP2 MLK GCS 1-5-1. The Rampage 1-5-1. I'm sorry, JP2 1-4-1. The Rampage 1-5-1. And Brentwood BAUSN are now 0-6-1. Little note, if that Mount Juliet game ended in a tie or if Mount Juliet lost, this Ravenwood win would have knocked Mount Juliet out of contention for the GNASH Cup regular season championship. However, because Mount Juliet won, they're still in the race, but they are on the absolute edge now. If they lose their next game or Ravenwood win their next game, Mount Juliet are out. Brentwood are also on the living edge now. If they lose their next game, or Ravenwood, if they lose their next game, they're out. Let me see. 7, 8. They got 1 point. They have 8 games left. 8 times 2, 16. So they can finish the regular season with 17 points. If they lose their next game and Ravenwood win their next game, then Brentwood are out. Brentwood and Ravenwood don't play each other until January. So no tiebreaker that would immediately take effect would knock Brentwood out if they won their next game and Ravenwood won their next game. So, yeah. And the Rampage, if they lose tonight, they'll be on the edge of being knocked out next time. So let's pull up the schedule. Now we're going to go over the schedule for the rest of this week, next week, and the week after that, because this is our last broadcast before Thanksgiving. All right, so let's go to Wednesday night, 2 games over on Rink A here at Centennial. 7:10, the Clarksville Kings taking on Franklin. Michael Mannion finally back in the lineup for the Admirals after serving his 6-game suspension. 8:40 Independent Centennial taking on JP2 MLK GCS. Next Monday over on Rink A. The only game of next week, Father Ryan taking on Clarksville at 7:40. I thought about doing that one. I was planning on doing that one a few weeks ago, but Clarksville have got their butts whipped their last two games. They're probably going to get their butts whipped by Franklin. So, yeah, I think I'm going to skip that one and just cover it on the newsletter. Okay, hold on. I gotta send out tonight's final on the system, don't I? The score system. Let me just do that real quick. There we go. All right, let's continue. December 1st, Monday, December 1st, 4:45 on Rink A here at Centennial. Brentwood BAUSN taking on Ensworth Lipscomb CPA. 6:30 on Rink A. Page Summit taking on Nolensville. It's going to be senior night for Nolensville. Also at 6:30 on the Chris Brink in Bellevue. Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian taking on Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon. 7:40 here on Rink B at Centennial. Ravenwood taking on Independent Centennial. 8:15 over on Rink A, the Rutherford Rampage taking on Franklin. And at 8:15 down in the Chris Spring in Bellevue, JB2 MLK GCS taking on MBA. Wednesday, December 3rd, both games on Rink A, 7:10, Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian taking on Father Ryan. And then at 8:40, the Outlaws taking on Hendersonville Beach Lawson. And then we've got our first Friday games of the season on December the 3rd. Both of them are 5 o'clock starts. On the Terry Chris Brink in Bellevue, it's JP2 taking on Brentwood. And on the North Rink in Antioch, first game of the season in Antioch, it's Ensworth taking on the Rutherford Rampage. So I know that on Monday, December the 1st, we're going to do that Page Nolensville game. Pregame at 6:25. Face-off is past 6:30 because, again, it's a senior night for Nolensville. And then on December 3rd, going to do that Station Camp Father Ryan game, 7:05 pregame for a 7:10 face-off. Maybe I'll do that Outlaws Hendersonville game, but I don't know. Probably not. I don't think they can beat Hendersonville. Let's check in on those scores before. Oh, now it's 6-5 Ensworth. It's 6-5 Ensworth. No, Hendersonville are trying to come from behind. Wow. It's now 9-4 Page over Rutherford over on Rink A. Before we get out of here, I want to give a shout out to Thomas Laux, father of Hudson Laux. He purchased our package of perks, Buy Me a Coffee membership. He is listed in our GNASH newsletter, which is published almost daily. He is getting this honor shout out for any and all Father Ryan games that I broadcast. And he is going to get this game and all Father Ryan games I broadcast as a downloadable MP3, although I don't know if he wants to listen back to this one. We've also got, if you want a buymeacoffee.com membership, go to buymeacoffee.com/Mid10Sportsnet. That's BUYMEACOFFEE.com/MIDTNSPORTSNET. Scroll down to become a member. We've also got, if you just want your name listed in the newsletter, I've got a big announcement coming about those memberships tomorrow. I think you might know what it is. But yeah, big announcement about our buymeacoffee.com memberships tomorrow. And that's it for us tonight. And that is it for us for the month of November as far as GNASH coverage is concerned. As always, I want to thank you for listening, for signing up for the newsletter, for following us on social media, for your positive feedback and kind words about what we do. We don't do this without you, or we wouldn't do this without you. I hope you all have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And I'll talk to you again December 1st, 2 weeks from tonight. Again, our final score tonight, Ravenwood 9, Father Ryan 5. I'm Michael Ackney. Thank you all so much for listening. And good night, everybody, from Centennial. Talk to you again on December 1st.